minute is interested in human organ trafficking. That is the main business. All those men with the white beard, all those men with the white beard from India, this is the business they are running in Uganda as we stand here. They are running the so-called human organ trafficking. I repeat it again. These cartels, we all know that India is almost 2 billion people. And they are transplanting, they are harvesting the human organs of the poor Ugandans and being sent to India because of the high demand of human organs in India. It's raining, but we are going to stay because we know why we came today. We are here to expose the so-called business convention in the name of the Museveni and the Sudil family, the well-known, notorious cartel in Uganda and India. We are here to let you know that this so-called family, the Museveni family and the Sudil family, they are facilitating the long stay of the brutal dictator, the junta of Uganda, Museveni, a brutal junta, a dictator who has been in power now coming 42 years. 42 years is more than enough. This is a junta who took over power the time of Margaret Thatcher. God bless her. She's got her God. But we as Ugandans, we are still suffering, being raped, sodomized, tortured, land grabbing under this brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. People power, our power, annual pay, everywhere. We are talking about Uganda, a failed state under this brutal dictator, Museveni of Uganda. The junta of Uganda has heavily invested in military personnel, military equipment, all armored cars, fighter jets, tanks, in order to stay on the will of Ugandans. 2021, Ugandans voted for change in Uganda. And they voted for President Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Bobi Wine. But the brutal dictator robbed us of our victory. And since then, wearing a red beret in Uganda is a murder sentence. We are calling on the brutal dictator to set free. You can film, come down here and take some videos. We are not talking about science fiction. This is the life of Ugandans in Uganda. Every day, someone is shot, somebody is murdered, someone is raped, a man is sodomized under the influence of the Sudil and Museveni family who are supporting, facilitating all these atrocities. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. We call time off from work today. We don't look like we are jobless. We are working people. But we are here today to represent the 47 million suffering Ugandans under this brutal dictator, the junta of Uganda, Museveni of Uganda, a brutal dictator, a corrupt man, a man who lives on Ugandan blood. That's why today you see the so-called investors. These are men who live on council flats in Hacking, Brixton, Wembley, name it. These are the so-called investors going to invest in Uganda. We know very well that the Indian community in Uganda, they support, facilitate, enables the brutal dictator to run his business as usual, because in return, the Indian family of Museveni and Sudhir, they are involved in the looting of the mineral resources of Uganda, including gold, diamond, oil, and that is it. Name it. You can see the so-called investors. An example of the three coming in front of me. They live on a council flat in the UK, and they are coming to invest in Uganda. You can wonder how they live. They live somewhere in Bristol in a council flat, and they are going to Uganda to invest in our torture, in our death, in our rape, and this is what we are here for. We are not here standing because we have nothing to do. We are trying to highlight the human rights abuses in Uganda, the criminality. The country is a failed state under this junta, a 42-year-old in power, a 89-year-old dictator. He cannot lead us anywhere apart from leading Ugandans to the graveyard. But we as Ugandans, we are not going to allow to fall up, to lead, or to be led by a brutal dictator, a 90-year-old man who is waiting to go and see his God. This is a man, he's not going to see his God. Museveni will never see God. The atrocities he has committed is more than enough. He has murdered over 3 million Ugandans. He has murdered, when you hear Rwanda, this was a man who started the genocide in Rwanda, Museveni. Almost 1 million Rwandese were murdered on his hands. Southern Sudan, the same thing. Over 3 million people. They fought for freedom in Sudan. Do we have freedom? Look at the fake investors. These are men who have failed. These are men who have they've never owned even a corner shop in London here. And they claim to be going to invest in Uganda. Shame on you. Shame on you. These are people who have never even managed their corner shop, and they want to go and invest in Uganda because they're in here to work for the brutal dictator, Museveni. These are the people who are trafficking illegal immigrants to the UK. The Indian community in Uganda, they are trafficking human to UK illegally. The same, they are interested in the illegal business of human organ trafficking. We are here to let you know that Uganda cannot go on being led by a 90-year-old dictator. 42 years in power is more than enough. We are calling on the Indian community led by Sudhir and the Museveni's that Uganda is for Ugandans. They should go back to where they came from. We are here not because we want to be here. We are the victim of the Sudhir and Museveni family. We were forced out of our country because of these individuals. They've looted our country. They've robbed our natural resources in the name of investment. Sudhir and Museveni family must go back to India. People power. Our power. Everywhere. NUP. We are here to condemn the Museveni and the Sudhir family that Uganda belongs to Ugandans. You, if you're Ugandan, you must go back to where you come from. We are calling on these guys, the gangsters, to stop facilitating, enabling the brutal dictator of Uganda. 42 years is not democracy, mommy. The brutal dictator has been in power for 42 years. Shame on you, mommy. What are you going to invest in Uganda? You better take your pension and sit down. You're jobless, mommy. Shame on you. Shame on you. People power. Our power. This brutal junta of Uganda, Museveni, after 42 years in power, He has got nothing new to give to Ugandans. It's only in Uganda where you find a brutal dictator having stayed in power for 42 years. Still we don't have no working hospitals. Still we have no schools in Uganda. After 42 years of investment by the UK government has pumped in over 42 billion, but still we don't have no roads in Uganda. We don't have no working ambulances in Uganda. But we have thousands of military patrol cars in Uganda. People power. Our power. NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP. Good morning. This is NUP UK chapter. We are NUP UK chapter. Repeat after me. Kunga Uganda.
Kunga.
Kunga what's up Kumbia.
Kunga.
Kunga Edibutwe.
Kunga.
Kunga Achileo Chimumbi.
Kunga.
Kunga Bogwai.
Kunga.
Kunga Achileo.
Kunga.
Kunga what's up Kumbia.
Kunga.
We want all the political prisoners out of jail. All of the police what's up Kumbia.
Yeah.
To be out of prison.
Yes.
Kunga Uganda.
Kunga.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
NUP.
NUP.
Everywhere.
Kunga.
Kunga Uganda.
Uganda.
Kunga.
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 This is the country, Uganda.
N'abasiyazi baabo. Yeah.
This is a country
Yes.
which keeps borrowing. This is a country where you have to finance our budget. This is the only country in the world that budgets money based on the loans and grants we are going to get from UK. This is the country where there is no medical facilities. This is the only country that relies on foreign funding. For the last 40 years, the same man has been ruling. In 1962, the junta of Uganda was 25 years old. Add up your figure, know how old he is. I'm not going to do the arithmetic for you. The man in 1962 was in DP and he was over 25 years. 62 years later, he's claiming to be 80 years old. This is the same person who comes for treatment in Germany. Ugandans have even no surgical gloves. Ugandans have even no basic bandages. Leave alone that. Ugandans don't have injections. Ugandans don't have beds to go to in hospital. Uganda is the only country where people study under mango trees. Uganda is a country which gets 1 billion pounds from UK and comes back here to the Lord Puppet, the Asian community in Wembley. Uganda is the only country where the taxpayers' money in UK is swindled back to UK. Why give Uganda money? We don't need that money. Uganda is the only country UK facilitates, enables the army. They train, teach the army the torture skills that are being applied to political prisoners. Uganda is the only country where the UK gives us boots, uniforms, military wear, and all the ammo that torture the citizens of Uganda. Free Waswa Mufumbira. Repeat after me. Free all the political prisoners. Uganda is the country where you don't have schools. Uganda is the only country. Uganda is the country where the junta, the dictator Museveni, has over 90 ministers. He doesn't know them by name. They can sit in 3 classrooms in UK, and those are ministers. Uganda is the only country, I repeat, after North Korea, that has more MPs, 557. It is the poorest country. Uganda is the only country after Switzerland that pays MPs over £50,000. Uganda, a poor country, which depends on aid. The MPs in Uganda, 557, get paid better than any European country other than Switzerland. Uganda, being so poor, Uganda is the only country that facilitates the MPs with cars. When you see the Prime Minister of England, UK, travel, he travels with red motorcade. The Ugandan dictator travels with 100 cars, all state of the art, BMWs and luxury four-wheel drive. That's the dictator in Uganda. Yet, the hospitals don't have medicine. Uganda is the only country that produces a lot of electricity in 5 dams. Yet, electricity distribution in Uganda is 20%. My mother, my grandfather don't have electricity. Yet the Chinese, we owe them $6 billion because in the last 40 years they have built 4 dams which produce no electricity for Ugandans. And that is Uganda. The reason why we are demonstrating here. Stop facilitating the dictator. Stop providing him. Stop being enablers. The best intervention you can do is to stop giving him money. We as NUP can take him on. Free all the political prisoners. Repeat after me. Free all the political prisoners. Uganda, a country which relies on foreign aid, can fund the ministers, and it has 146 districts. It's been divided into small constituencies so that the dictator can gerrymander, can carry out, can steal. Uganda is a very poor country. The people behind you, Catherine, turn the camera. Those are the investors. Catherine, turn the camera around. The people in Uganda, the so-called investors, they come to Uganda, they don't come with land and money. All you have to do is to have been a taxi driver in London and come down as Sudir, put on a suit, dress up nicely, and the Uganda government will give you the money and land. And in the next few years, you'll be a billionaire. Sudir, Catherine, turn the cameras around. It's the only country where an investor is the only country where an investor, Uganda, here to India and invest in India. Uganda is the only country where a developer, an investor, comes with nothing. He gets land, he gets tax-free, and he gets the money from Uganda. And that's Uganda. And they call them investors. Uganda is the only country where a developer comes, builds nothing, is given a piece of land, gets the money, and goes away. Go to Shimoni Teacher Training College. This is what happened. Uganda is a country where people who walked in poor 40 years ago are billionaires. Look at Otafire, big stomach. Look at all these ministers. Uganda, people have been robbed to the core. Uganda has lost a lot in corruption. Uganda is one of the most corrupt countries. After Nigeria, we come second. Those are the medals we win in Uganda. We don't win Olympic medals. We don't win World Cup. We win in corruption. We are corrupt. Corruption is the password for the junta in Uganda, Museveni. Museveni has ruined the country so much that in 40 years, there is barely a functioning hospital, a functioning public service, impartiality in pay scale, and all the evil you can think of. Uganda has been downgraded so much that during less people died of, sorry young man, more died of bullets and shots. That was Uganda. It is recorded by WHO. There are more people who died of bullets in Uganda during COVID than people who died of COVID. So you can see the statistics. Uganda's census cost as much as the US census will cost. Uganda, we are only 47 million, but we spent over $300 million to do a census. The Trump kind of census he wants to do, they'll have to spend 300. Uganda and America, with America a population of 330 people, how come Uganda spends such a money? Corruption. Uganda is the only country whereby you qualify from university and go and dig. The investors are coming out of the hotel. There comes the investors. They are leaving the hotel. Uganda has the poorest investors and developers. The ones who are coming out of the hotel are the so-called investors. And those investors you see in the camera, those are the investors. Those are the people who have ripped us wide. NUP, everywhere. NUP, kunga Uganda, kunga wasamufumbira, kunga Uganda, kunga Uganda, kunga the thieves, kunga, yeah, the thieves, kunga Uganda. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. We are talking about the fake investors. These are investors who live on council flats in the UK. Hackney, Brixton, somewhere you find in Wednesday. They are the people who want to invest in our country. These are corporate roots. Our power, where are you going?
So the bar.
These are jobless. These are job seekers. They are looking for employment. But in Uganda, we have over 15.5 Ugandans who cannot get job in there. Look at this foreigner, being a Ugandan. Shame on you, man. I hope you are not from Uganda. Shame on you. We are the Ugandans. We condemn the Asian community in the UK, which is hosting. One of them is passing in front of you with a tobacco in his hand. These are the people who are coming to our country. These are the poor people here.
Everybody. Simanyi kubira mukobizi gye byakuteeka. Okay, simanyi gomanyi ndowooza.
Ebyaki?
Ebyokwekonectinga ku linki ya Jebbi.
Who are helping the junta after 42 years in power, torturing, raping, murdering, land grabbing for the last 41 years, is still being supported by the Indian cartel led by the family of the ambassador, who is of an Indian origin, and today we are calling on the Madivan family who are running the root business in Uganda to stop it. They are the same people who are selling, buying. They are the people trafficking. One of their business is human organ trafficking. These Indians you see in your hotel, they kill Ugandans, harvest their organs, send their organs to India. 2 billion Indians need transplants. Out of the 2 billion,
You'll get like 10 million Indians are waiting for organ transplant. Now, one of their business in Uganda, they murder Ugandans and they harvest their organs and they traffic those organs to India for sale. I'll give you an example. A kidney in India costs 75,000 US dollars. One kidney. That's the business of this cartel from India. The so-called investors who are investing in our lives, in our torture, in our rape. We are here today to tell the Madivan family and Sudhir that enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. The Indian cartel running our minerals, they should leave those minerals to Ugandans. We are calling on the Sudhir family and the Madivan who have decided to rob Ugandans of their riches. Today, they are having a so-called business conference in this beautiful Royal Horse Guard Hotel. The money spent today is enough to build 5 schools in Uganda. After 42 years of funding by the UK government, still Uganda is a begging basket. The £1 billion from the UK, which goes to Uganda in the name of aid, that money is recycled back to the UK through the Indian community led by Lord Puppet. Lord Puppet is a man who sanitizes and cleans and mobs the crimes of the brutal dictator Museveni, the junta of Uganda.
Yes.
All the crimes committed by the junta of Uganda is being mobbed and sanitized by Lord Puppet, who sits in the House of Lords. He's a man of Indian origin. This is a man who ran away from Idi Amin, claiming that Idi Amin wanted to kill him. But today, surprisingly, is the man who is supporting the 42-year-old brutal dictator in power. 42 years is more than enough. The people of Nepal, they decided to get rid of the brutal dictator 3 days back. Enough is enough. Ugandans are yearning for change. There is no way we are going to get that change through a 90-year-old brutal dictator. That brutal dictator is leading us to the graveyard. There is no future with Museveni, a 90-year-old brutal dictator. A dictator who has done nothing for his own people. It's only in Uganda where we don't have working hospitals after 42 years of funding by the UK government. The last cancer machine in our main referral hospital, Mulago, has been out of service for the last 80 years and is still down. This machine was donated by the UK government, but is out of service for the last 80 years. What the brutal dictator and the first family do? They fly to the UK and enjoy the best medical treatment being given to them. One of the hospitals they frequent come to, St. Thomas Hospital, while Ugandans in Uganda cannot even afford a £1 paracetamol under this junta. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. Make it a simple calculation. 42 years in power, that is 42 billion from the UK, that is another 42 billion from the US, and another 32 billion from Europe and Japan. But in Uganda, we don't have no working hospitals. Children in Uganda study underneath the trees. We don't have no roads. So after 42 years, where are we being led by this brutal dictator? The only way I can think of where this brutal dictator is leading us is to the graveyard. But none of us are going to follow him. The brutal dictator is going to the graveyard with his family. We as Ugandans will never accept, and that's why today we are standing in front of this, the Royal Host Gas Hotel, to condemn why they are associating themselves with such a lethal, brutal dictator, the junta, Museveni of Uganda. People power, our power, NUP, everywhere. We are the victim of this brutal dictator. As we stand here, we ran away from Uganda. Some of us is 35 years. Some of us is 38. Some is 10 years. He murdered our families. He murdered our relatives. Some of us, we are orphaned from the age of 5. And this is the junta of Uganda. Museveni of Uganda, a man who came to power, time for Margaret Thatcher. People power, our power, NUP,